Hello everyone, Mr. Shepherd here again with some more maths, and our WK for today is to find quarter of a number. Okay, so very similar to what we were doing yesterday, finding a third. This time we are looking for a quarter. Now you'll recognise this, we've spoken about this before. This is just showing you how do we write a quarter, okay? And you remember that we've got the whole is made up of 4 equal parts, and that is shown by the 4 down the bottom of the fraction. Okay, so this number at the bottom we call the denominator, and it's showing you that there are 4 equal parts in the whole. This one up here is showing you that we're interested in this one part, okay, the one part that's shaded. Okay, so one part out of the 4 parts for 1/4. Right, some important words. We've got numbers, we know what they are, figures that we use to count. We've got a quarter, meaning that things are split into 4 equal parts, and we've got equal meaning the same amount, the exactly same amount. Okay, how do we find a quarter of a shape? Now we've looked at this before as well, I'm just showing you again. Okay, so we've got this shape, we need to divide it into quarters. Now we talked about in our previous lessons how we could create half, and then to create quarters we just have to halve those halves again, okay, and that will give us 4 equal parts. All right, we can do the same thing with numbers of things. Okay, so we need to divide by 4. We need to divide by 4 to find a quarter. We've got to have 4 equal parts. So this time we're dealing with bones. Let's count the number of bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bones. All right, and we've got these dogs that are wanting these bones, and they want it to be shared equally between them. All right, so we've got to divide these 8 bones between these 4 dogs. And here we've already divided our 8 bones in half. We've got 4 on each side. So how would we go about creating these into 4 equal groups for the dogs? How many is each dog going to get? We've divided in half this way. So we can see if we split these, we've split these down the middle. We've got 4 on one side and 4 on the other side. Now we've talked about how if we want to create 4 equal groups, all we have to do is halve them again, okay? Now we've got 4 equal groups. How many in each group? 2 bones in each group. So 1/4 of 8 then is going to be 2. So each dog has 2 bones. So 1/4 of 8 is 2. 1/4 of 8 is 2. Each dog gets 2 bones. Okay. Which strategies can I use to find quarter? Okay. There are 12 cakes. I share them equally between 4 friends. How many cakes does each friend get? Okay, so we know that when we're dealing with quarters, we need 4 equal groups. So what is quarter of 12 is our question this time. We've got 4 plates here, okay? 4 plates. And we've got to divide those 12 cakes between these 4 plates. So another way we can do it is share them out 1, 1, 1, 1. Just keep going until we've filled up our plates. And we talked about in the other lesson how we can do that on our sheet of paper. I'm not going to do it all now because it takes a while, but you need to write these down. You write down your 12, and then you can create 1, 2, 3, 4. We can create the same effect in our books by creating 4 groups. Now to share these into the groups, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Now, to put these all into each group, we just share them out exactly the way it did on the screen there. We're going to do this one first, and I'm going to represent it with a cross. Then I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put a cross in there. Then I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to put a cross in there. Then I'm going to do that one, and put a cross in there, and so on. Now I start again. Cross in that one, cross in that one, cross in that one, cross in that one. And our last 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, so just like they shared the cakes between the plates, I've shared my 12 lines into 4 groups, okay? And I can see how many are in each group, just like we've got with our cupcakes here, okay? So that's what you can do in your books to work these out. All right, so 1/4 of 12 is 3, okay? All right, halve and halve again. So you can find half and then find half of that half. So what is half of 12? Half of 12 is 6. If you know that already, then you're going to be able to work these out quickly, and you won't have to necessarily do all of that writing in your book. But that's a good way to do it as well. If you want to write it down in your book the way I just did. And then, what is half of 6? Half of 6 is 3. Okay? And so straight away, we know because we halved and halved again, we've got quarters. And straight away that tells us that 1/4 of 12 is 3. Okay? Quarter of 12 is 3. Okay, we could also use times tables. So if we know that 3 times 4 equals 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 is 12. 3 groups of 4 is 12. 3 times 4, 4 times 3, they're the same either way around, aren't they? So if we know that, we know straight away again that a 1/4 of 12 is 3. Okay. 4 times 3 equals 12. Okay. That's showing us the exact same thing there. We've got 4 groups of 3. And that's what our tables is showing us, isn't it? 4 groups of 3. All right. Okay, share the number of items into 4 equal groups. There are 8 eggs. If we divide these eggs between 4 baskets, how many eggs will be in each basket? Can we see here already how we can use our divide and divide again, our half and half again, to work this out before we even move the eggs? Let's see half. Okay, half is right in the middle there. Now so let's go like that. Now, if we halve these groups again, we're going to very quickly see how many is going to be in each group. Okay, so we've halved and halved again there, and we've got 2 eggs in each group, haven't we? All right, so let's see them actually move into our baskets. Okay, so we've got 4 equal groups. We've got 2 eggs in each group. Okay, there'll be 2 eggs in each basket because 1/4 of 8 is 2. All right, and the other way that we can work that out, like we said, if we have 8, okay, we half it. Now when we halve, we can divide by 2, can't we? Half is the same as dividing by 2, okay, to create 2 equal groups, because that's what we're doing. When we divide by 2, we're creating 2 equal groups. All right, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. We could then halve again, okay? 4 divided by 2 equals, so let's halve again. We've got 4, let's halve it. Let's halve this one, okay? 4 divided by 2 is 2, okay? So that's another way that we can do it, and we know straight away then a quarter of 8 is 2 because we halved and we halved again. All right, color a quarter of the shape and complete the sentences. Okay, now to color quarter of this shape, we need 4 equal groups, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. Okay, now we're going to color half of them. We're going to color one of those quarters. Okay, 1 out of those 4. So this tells us how many groups we've got. This tells us how many we're interested in. Okay, 1 of those groups. So it's going to look like this, isn't it? Okay, the whole is made up of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quarter of 8 is 2. All right, you've got you've got a chili challenge today. Just go and have a look at that one. Choose the one that you want to do. You're either choosing the mild if you're less confident, or the spicy if you're more confident with those. Okay, so go away and do your worksheets there, and then you can come back for the plenary. Okie doke. Just pause the video now if you're going away to do your worksheets. Okay, let's get on with the plenary. Right, finding quarter. I have 12 building bricks. Quarter of them are yellow. How many bricks do I have? How many yellow bricks do I have, I should say? Okay, so down the bottom here, we're creating 4 equal groups, or 4 placeholders, 4 places to put our equal groups. Okay, don't know why we need me to do this, but anyway, I'm doing it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Now, we're going to move these into their 4 equal groups. So we've got to have each one equal, and each one has got 3 in it. Okay, so we move our blocks into those 4 equal groups. We said that each one's got 3 in it. We need a quarter, so we're just interested. We've got 4 groups. We're interested in one of those groups. Okay, so there's one of those groups there, and that group has 3 blocks in it. Okay, so we're showing here we've got 12. Now remember, we said we can use our times tables to work this out. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12, or another way we can say that is 3 times 4 equals 12, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3, aren't there? Okay, 4 groups of 3, like we've got down the bottom here. All right, now that I've written all over that, we can't see this coming up. Okay, how many bricks do I have that are not yellow? What fraction is this? Well, the bricks that we have that are not yellow here, okay, how many do we have? We have 3,